It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
You know how some things in MAGA world always gets boiled down to you either hate Trump or you love him? Well, I want you to listen to what Senator Ted Cruz, a dyed-in-the-wool Republican, had to say about this whole FCC, Brendan Carr, Jimmy Kimmel saga. Listen.
No, 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 no. Look, I like Brendan Carr. He's a good guy. He's the chairman of the FCC. I work closely with him. But what he said there is dangerous as hell. And so he threatens explicitly, we're going to cancel ABC's license. We're going to take him off the air so ABC cannot broadcast anymore. And I got to say, he threatens it. He says, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way.
Yeah.
And I got to say, that's right out of Goodfellas. That's right out of a mafioso coming into a bar.
I'm about to put that at the beginning of my videos. So we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. Watch, I'm going to clip that at the beginning of every one of my videos.
Going, nice bar you have here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. But let me tell you, if the government gets in the business of saying, we don't like what you, the media, have said, we're going to ban you from the airwaves if you don't say what we like, that will end up bad for conservatives.
Just to reiterate, that was Senator Ted Cruz, a Republican from Texas, and he really lays out what he thinks is a shakedown that's coming from the FCC and the broader threat that he sees to free speech. Now, this is an important moment. It's an important moment to remember that there are some things that are not really about partisanship. They're about principles, and this is one of the most fundamental one in American history. So this debate that we are having about what is the role of government when it comes to free speech, about whether or not regulatory bodies should be using their power to curtail speech, is one that we should all take very seriously. I have to tell you that at the end of the day, there is a debate happening within MAGA world about whether payback should really be the goal here. Christopher Rufo, a very influential person in that world, has basically said, this is tit for tat. They did it to us in the 1960s. We should do it to them. Is this really how politics should work? Well, that is the debate, and we are going to have it. Person in that world has basically said, this is.
All right, so let's see what Christopher Rufo. Sorry, but the FCC was established by FDR to impose public standards on broadcasters used by JFK to pressure station managers into dropping right-wing radio programs. The shoe has been on the other foot for almost 100 years. Turnabout is fair play. See, that's one. This is one of these. So pretty much what they saying is JFK, they was putting pressure on John F. Kennedy. That's probably why they got him out of here, didn't they? In Dallas, they got him out of here to drop all the right-wing radio programs, to shut them up, to silence right. You can't do that. She said something. Oh, somebody said something. Somebody said ABC pulled them, not politicians. Bullshit. Yeah, ABC took them off the air. Pressure from the FCC, Brendan Carr. But who did he get pressured by? Who did he get pressured by? Do you know? I think y'all got to be honest with yourselves when y'all really say, like, the elephant in the room, let's just say it. That's all y'all got to say is who is pulling these strings. Who hates Jimmy Kimmel the most? Who has enough power to make a move like this? Who has enough power? So let's not just say ABC just got fed up with Jimmy Kimmel. And actually, they have an agreement about the things that Jimmy Kimmel says, and they know they're going to receive pressure about it week after week. But they have to put up with it. Why? Because it's freedom of speech. First Amendment. He's not threatening anybody. He's not inciting any violence. You know? By the way, I was playing a little game. Speaking of Charlie Kirk, we ain't even speaking of Charlie Kirk, but Charlie Kirk, you know, he be pushing all these agendas, right? And he be always talking about black people and black people business. But the one thing he don't never talk about is y'all business. Two ICE detainees were gunned down in Texas, right? It wasn't nothing but freedom of speech. But two ICE detainees were gunned down. And they have a suspect. They have a suspect, but he's not in custody, but they have one. They released a photo of the suspect. And guess what race he is? Okay? Now, there's a bigger problem that Charlie Kirk should have been addressing. That's not my forte to address y'all's issues. This is something that y'all gotta handle. White on white crime or hate crimes by, okay? Y'all gotta address those, because that's not my thing to address. That's not black people's thing to address. So that's why we black people don't never step in white folks' business. We try to handle ours. We don't go get into Mexican business. We don't go get into African business. We don't go get into Chinese business. We black Americans, we try to focus on ours, and that's why we've created spaces for us to do that. And so when all these other situations is happening with other ethnicities, and like what are the Indians, the people from India, Indians, not the Native American Indians, the real Indians over there in India, when they have a problem in their community, they handle it within their community. They don't go around talking about how white people should do this or black people should do. Maybe they do it behind closed doors, but not outwardly speaking about what other communities should be doing. And that was a big problem. And that was one of the things that started this whole thing full circle. Because when Charlie Kirk was assassinated unjustly for his speech, for the things that he said, whether they were right, wrong, whether the statistics was off, butterfly in the sky, I could go twice as high. If the statistics was off, damn, I can't say that word. Statistics was off. It don't matter. Whatever he said, it was his freedoms of speech. And he lost his life for it. And that's wrong. Jimmy Kimmel lost his job for it. Multiple other people, even though a lot of other people have lost their jobs for their freedom of speech because it was insensitive and it didn't show. Like a lot of companies say, those aren't the moral and values that we want within our company, which is perfectly a good idea, because you don't want your people just flying off the handle whenever some shit go down and start just saying all type of stuff online. You do want to uphold some type of integrity within your company. So as an employee to a company, shut up and dribble, okay? Don't be out here trying to be laughing at people losing their life and over freedom of speech. Like I said, it's First Amendment. First thing we got to do. Anyway, somebody else is not happy with this situation.
This needs to stop. Violence is wrong.
Oh.
Politically motivated.
Oh yeah. This is what I was just talking about. I'm glad I brought that up just now, because I didn't even know this was in here. But yeah, this is what I was talking about.
Violence is wrong. It was 2 weeks ago today that we saw a political assassination in Utah that tore the heart out of much of this country. This is the third shooting in Texas directed at ICE or CBP. This must stop. To every politician who is using rhetoric demonizing ICE and demonizing CBP, stop. To every politician demanding that ICE agents be doxxed and calling for people to go after their families, stop. This has very real consequences. Look, in America, we disagree. That's fine. That's the democratic process. But your political opponents are not Nazis. We need to learn to work together without demonizing each other, without attacking each other.
See, this is why they say Ted Cruz is dumb. This is exactly why you had a layup. Like somebody, you fast break, you LeBron James, all you gotta do is grab the ball, lay it up, and you pull some JaVale McGee and just drop the ball. It wasn't even directed at ICE agents. It was directed at the detainees, 2 detainees. What is he talking about? Whose man is this? Whose man is this? I was just like, oh yeah, Ted Cruz, he should be y'all leader. No, the fuck he shouldn't. Get his ass out of here. Who let this guy in the door? Who did anybody brief him on what happened prior to him giving this speech? I mean, come on. Bro. If anybody need to lose their freedom of speech, it's Ted Cruz. Because what are you talking about, bro? It's the democratic process. Man, he you know, he felt that. Like he been wanting to say that for a long time. But it's wrong time. It's the wrong time. What is he talking about? Ain't nobody coming after no ICE agents. What is he talking about? I mean, people do. People say stuff. But this, Ted Cruz, I don't even know if this was one of y'all, because your last name Cruz. Is he Mexican or something? Or is he like from Spaniard? Or is he a Cruz from Spain or something? What is he? Whatever he is. Ted Cruz, you suck. You should. This is your one time to speak the truth. You failed. You failed, Ted. Who put him on the podium and said, the ICE agents were shot at today. And then he got up there and gave his speech and thought he was, we're going to fight against anyone who's coming after ICE agents. Turn around, there was a white guy shooting at detainees. Man, goddamn. Boy. Remember, I prayed for 33 hours hoping that it wasn't one of us. 33 hours I prayed that it wasn't one of us. Ted, you still within those 33 hours of praying that it wasn't one of y'all. And when you wake up in the morning and you realize, you're going to be like, damn. You sure they wasn't shooting at the ICE agents? They didn't even graze them? Oh, man. Oh, man, that's crazy.